Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of the ECW Revival series here on the channel as we have another Cyber Slam for you, our second ever Cyber Slam. Hopefully it goes as well as our first one did. I really enjoyed how we put together that first one. We really built on what we did on the Reborn show and the build up towards what Extreme Rules is going to be about, and we're still going to be building to what Extreme Rules is going to be about with this show, as we still have the women's tournament going on. To be honest, I don't know if this show is going to be as good as that previous Cyber Slam show. They don't really have a lot of big time matches compared to what we had at the Cyber Slam show that we just did. But I feel like we're still, progressing. We're still small, so we can get away with it. So we'll go ahead and run the show now. Let's see how this show plays out. As of the pre-show, we have two matches. Becky Lynch and Billie Kay's the first one, as Becky Lynch getting the win with the. We'll have to change that, as wouldn't make no sense now that their finisher's called the Hard Knocks when she's not going to be Rebecca Knox anymore. So yeah, we'll have to change that. Oh wow, Billie Kay actually outperformed Becky Lynch. I was not expecting that. I was thinking it was going to be flipped, where Becky Lynch was going to have the better performance, but that's good. Good for Billie Kay. Way to go. As we did not pick the fucking ECW arena. That's okay though. That's not a big deal. It's our next pre-show match. This is just a interesting matchup. I don't, obviously, this could probably happen down in ECW, but I don't think it ever would. And I don't. Maybe they'll do it like on a darker elevation. I don't, I don't think that'd be like a main programming thing or anything. But on the second pre-show matchup, Colt Cabana versus Pentagon Jr. Colt Cabana getting the win. The inverted Boston Crab in 950. Yeah, Cabana's for the 46. Pentagon Jr. the 22. Represent one there, no problem. And our Cyber Slam intro. That's probably going to be our highest rated segment, to be honest, on this show. I don't think anything's going to get better than a 64 as the opener. With the women's tournament, the next first round matchup, Mickie James versus Christina Von Eerie, as Mickie James getting the win with the Mickey T in 537. So yeah, this is pretty much just Mickie James getting the win after losing in our ECW Reborn show, or basically ECW debut. So he's coming back and getting the win here against Christina Von Eerie, who's not ready yet to be a part of like the major part of the women's division, but still, hopefully, we can have her still improve and whatnot. Not a bad match at all. So this was set as a wild brawl, and Mickie James almost did a 50. So that's pretty good. We can use that. So that's Mickie James has turned out to be a really big part of this women's division. I just kind of threw her together on here just to have her be kind of the veteran to add to a lot of these young girls, but she's really playing a big role for us already. Still very early on in the series, and she's going to be a big factor in it. So that's huge. So during the entrance of the Legion of Love, C.J. Parker has got a little sign protesting against cell towers and 5G. It's got a megaphone, just and it's radiating out the small arena of what would have been the ECW arena, but because I didn't pick it, it's now the Farrell Hall in New York, as just saying how we're ruining the planet, we're destroying activity thanks to being on our cell phones, and being 5G is killing us. It's going to be the end of us. Just really pushing home that we're killing the Earth, destroying the Earth. As they get ready, during their entrance, C.J. Parker really doing the heavy lifting of this. Adam Rose is just kind of not really. It's kind of it's weird that really Adam Rose is kind of the leader of Legion of Love, but here in this segment, the spotlight's all on C.J. Parker. But I feel like it was for the best, anyways. You see there, C.J. Parker doing a masterful job, improvising interactions with the crowd. As Adam Rose is very poor when trying to improvise dialogue with the crowd. As the match, gets a 33, but I think it's close. I wouldn't say the right team won with Retron doing a 23, but other than that, Ricochet with a 40, C.J. Parker with a 33, and Adam Rose with a 31. Ricochet and Rich Swann, which, they've been called the Inner City Machine Guns kind of around this time, but I don't know if I want to call them that, because I just don't think that would be the perfect name for it, because if you're someone who's an actual WWE fan, then even though this is meant to be for the hardcore, demographic and for the independent wrestling fan, obviously they know the Machine Guns, and the Inner City Machine Guns kind of a play on what they were, but for the WWE fan who's just watching it because it's on the network, and they're like, oh shit, okay, we'll watch ECW. it would kind of be like, well, oh, the Inner City Machine Guns, why are they call it that when it's like, well, they're playing another tag team that you've never seen in WWE, so it just kind of would be maybe a little bit convoluted for those fans, and even though we're supposed to be playing to the hardcore demographic, still think it'd be, well, we're still in the air, what we'll call that, which Rich Swann and Ricochet will probably create a name or something, because, yeah, something, we'll figure something out, though. We're still creatively trying to figure that out. We're not trying to push it, though. We'll just have him be Rich Swann and Ricochet for now. Getting the win, though. Ricochet being a really impressive job with a 40. That's going to be big for him and big going forward. He can only go up from here. So we have a graphic for the upcoming match between Tommy Dreamer and Yoshihiro Tajiri, which I don't think the match is going to go over too hot. 44, not too bad, as Tommy Dreamer getting the win with a Death Valley Driver in 9:38 over Yoshihiro Tajiri. Poor Tajiri so far has kind of, had a tough go of it in his debuts, or in his return to ECW, with losing in the tag match, now losing here to Tommy Dreamer. Singles match on SummerSlam. After the match, Tommy End brings an end to Tommy Dreamer as he's got a Singapore cane, takes out Tommy Dreamer, hits a black mass on him to end out the segment, leaves Tommy Dreamer laying after being hit with a couple of cane shots and a black mass. So yeah, we're building up to that. Yeah, Tommy End and Tommy Dreamer probably do a rematch at Extreme Rules. And, with the Singapore cane being involved in this segment, you can kind of see where we're leading to there for that matchup. As we have an Outlaw Inc. promo, and they got Caval there as well, as this is a pre-tape promo. This isn't like in the backstage area or anything. This is kind of shot in like a parking lot, just a very dim-lighted parking lot for Eddie Kingston Homicide, putting over their match with the Dudleys in the tag match they're going to have for the tag team titles, as they are going to do everything in their power to make sure the Dudleys don't become a 9-time ECW tag team champions. This is their time. This is their era. They are the best tag team at ECW, and they're going to prove it again at Extreme Rules after they've already beaten them at the Reborn show, and they beat them at their own game, too, beating the Dudleys in a table match. But tonight, you're going to see what Caval can do, what the Extreme Senshi can do. Caval. What he could do for for MVP's most violent players. So he's going to take on Born Again. He's going to lay him out, is what Kingston and Homicide are going to do. You're really putting over Caval as setting up for his matchup in the main event, which is kind of crazy. It's a main event matchup, but I just feel like talent-wise, it deserves to be in the main event picture. But at least this segment, it was a 54. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, 56 for the match, as Caval getting the win with the Warriors Way in 12-18. As, Born Again with a 61 and then 52 for Caval. So, wrong guy won, but I just felt like, Born Again didn't really need this win. He's already gotten some wins earlier at a SummerSlam. And really, this is Caval's debut in the ECW, so I feel like he could have used a nice one. But this would have been an awesome match to see main event-wise. Obviously stand out in the talents main eventing the show. Just felt like it was going to be the best match. And so far, it looks like it was going to be the best match and probably going to be the best thing on the show besides the intro. So, get a 53. We actually lost Pop in, I'm assuming it's in New York, which that's tough. But, I'm okay with the show. We could have done a lot. Probably that graphic for the upcoming match felt like we needed to do something in between that match and then the tag match and the Tommy Dreamer Yoshihiro Tajiri match. I was like, well, that's probably the best way to go about it. Just having the graphic for the match. But I think hindsight being what it is, probably wasn't the best idea. It being a 27. Really, our segments weren't great. Tommy End's beat down with the Singapore cane. I got a 31, and fucking C.J. Parker protesting against cell towers and 5G during the entrance didn't do hot either. So it was tough. But at least the matches did pretty good. 42, 44, and a 56. Can't beat that. At least we structured the card to the best we could as far as having the best match being on the main event. But that will do it for this show. I hope you all enjoyed our second ever SummerSlam. So we got 2 more until we go to ECW's Extreme Rules show, which should be pretty fun. Got a lot, we already have our 2 title match set, and then we're gonna have the women's tournament, the finals being the whoever wins between those two ladies is going to become the first ever women's champion of ECW. And we see Kenta Kobashi's being signed by CMLL. That caught me off guard there. That was what a acquisition for CMLL. My God, that's wild. I was blown away by that. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.